Welcome back to Cooking with Bill. We're going to do a very quick cooking of a corned beef brisket. Now you've seen me do regular briskets that I do on the smoker for 17 hours. I've done pastrami's where we brined the brisket and then did smoking as well. Well, this one is actually comes brined from the factory. So they take a brisket. This one happens to be about an 8-pound brisket. Looks like any brisket we've ever done. The difference is it does come with a flavor packet, and they've trimmed most of the fat off of the meat. Now we're going to do this in an Instapot, so we're going to cut this brisket into a couple pieces so it fits into the Instapot and we don't have any problems there. Now once we cut this, we're just going to place it in the Instapot. It's a very quick thing, so don't blink. Okay, so once we've cut the meat, we're going to put it into the Instapot. We're going to put the spices in and then cover the meat with water. Now it could be about 6 cups or so of water in here, but don't worry about that. We're going to put the lid on, and at this point what we'll do is we'll turn on the Instapot to about 90 minutes. Now if you had a small brisket, you might be able to get away with 45 minutes. But again, that brisket meat is very tough and it needs to be cooked thoroughly. So we're going to do 90 minutes on the Instapot, and then when it's done, we'll remove the meat and we're going to put in cabbage, carrots, and potatoes after cooking the meat. Now the reason you do it after cooking the meat, if we put them in now, if you had room, they would become mush. And you don't want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a very quick cook of the vegetables in the broth that this is making, and it'll be delicious. That's all it is to it. Okay, it's been cooking for 90 minutes. You need to release the steam one of two ways. You can have it naturally release the steam, or you can force it to release the steam. But be careful if you manually release the steam that you use a cloth and you don't get your hands too close to it because you can get burned. I would recommend just letting it come naturally down to temperature. The little restraining bubble will go down inside and you can then open the lid. Don't try to force it. Now this corned beef, which is a brisket, is cooked beautifully. 90 minutes is all you needed on this. This is going to shred up just like what you'd expect for corned beef. And we're going to take some of this juice out because we've got a lot of vegetables that are going in here. Now that might be enough, about 2 cups. So we've got a lot of cabbage. So we're going to put our cabbage in. Be careful, that broth is still very, very hot. We're going to put our potatoes. And we're going to put our carrots. Now we're going to put the lid back on. And we're going to set this to 5 minutes. And that's all it takes to cook all of this. We'll show you what it looks like when it gets done. Okay, 5 minutes on the vegetables is done. And you let the thing depressurize, or again manually depressurize it. And what you end up with is this. If you can't see this, I'll have a picture of it. But this is some nice corned beef. And the thing is, when you have corned beef like this, it basically melts in your mouth. Carrots are soft, and this cabbage is great. So, again, if you like what you've been seeing here, please like. You can subscribe. You can tell your friends about it. Send me comments. It's a very simple meal. Basically, the time it takes you to cut up the vegetables and throw it in an Instapot. You go off and do something that afternoon. 90 minutes later, the meat's done. Another 5 minutes after that, Your vegetables are done. You're ready to serve. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. So from my kitchen to yours, enjoy.